Hello, hello. How are y'all doing this morning? Let me check to see real quick if I have any more Lucid accounts I can give away. Yo, they give me a certain amount to give away. I can request more accounts, like whenever, and then they will approve it. I was just saying if I had any more. I guess I could request more. The last time I requested them was on May 3rd. What are my thoughts on this 30-second eval play? Are you talking about the long? I am not interested in the long. Oh, the short? I want delivery from this 15-minute slash it's an hourly. So a short from the hourly here would kind of be the dream scenario. We are delivering out of the um wait, are these equal lows? Oh, they're like relative equal. Wow. Yeah, this could be a good target. I think my condition to become bullish will just be that hourly. Honestly, this is kind of conflicting. So we'll just kind of have to see what price does in lifetime because this is a session high that lines up with an equal high here instead of for value gap. So this is a strong draw, and this is also a decent draw. So I could kind of see it both ways right now. Might just be better to wait for one side to get ran out and then target the opposite. You have 930 wicks to equal highs, so we can dump to that lows. That would be good, or vice versa, right? That we um knife to the lows here and then get a long. Um, is Hannah my hater? Oh, I don't know. No, I think they were just asking. So I'm gonna give away a Lucid account when the live stream gets 200 likes. So I don't know what it's at right now, but if it were to get 200 likes this stream, I'll give away an account. So it's a big challenge, but I think you guys can do it. We normally get like 150 people in the stream. Right now we're at 10. How to like it? Yeah, it just depends on the device. If you're on desktop, it should just be like to the right of like where you see my channel. It'll pop up there. Yes, exactly. Shamar Gray. But yeah, for those of you that didn't see the post that I made in the Discord, I'll be in Chicago this weekend. So if you guys want to shoot me a DM, if you're interested in meeting up, I'm gonna try and trade the Friday morning session with you guys and keep this on the down low. But there may be free breakfast involved if you show up. Um, it'll probably be like around 7:30 Central. Were you reliable sending happy birthday to Ryan? Yo, how'd you know? Can I show the indicators I use? Yeah, yeah, sure. So, the main one, my favorite one, is probably the ICT kill zones and pivots indicator, and this one just marks out all the session liquidity before the session, and then uh, this one's pretty good. This one shows you unfilled for value gaps. Um, I should probably create like a link tree or like a list of all the indicators I use. Um, but yeah, that one's good. This one's really good. Shows the equal highs and lows automatically. And then this obviously is the IFEG indicator. I don't really use this one this much, but it's pretty good, especially if you're newer to the IFEG model and you want to be able to kind of see what a good IFEG trade looks like in live time, and just get used to seeing what that looks like. And then the last one is the new week opening gap, which just charts the new week opening gap for you. Um, and yeah, this is good because this is a draw that I like to see on the chart, and that's about it. So the majority of the indicators I use are basically just for automating the draws, so I don't have to go in each morning and mark everything out. Okay. What's my ideal scenario for longs today? Or just for today in general? I'd really like to see price come down out of this 1 hour gap and run out the news low that we just made at open, and then get a long back up to target the equal highs we created at London. Uh, that's the link tempest for that. But yeah, I mean, right now I just think we have conflicting draws, and I don't really think we have like an amazing IFEG setup. I mean, we had like this 1 minute that I guess you could have taken and now you're break even on. But I don't really like longing that until we get the extra confirmation that price is really bullish here because we have that data low. So we wouldn't really have gotten that until we got like basically this market structure shift and the CISD here. The CISD is really the key, but the market structure shift just adds extra confirmation. But the problem is now we're inside that 1 hour bearish gap, so now we just can't really take longs here. Well, that's cool. You took the 1 minute up, wasn't break even. Yep. Um, yeah, if you took the 1 minute, your entry was actually it was invalid, right? Because we hit the high as we got the inverse. Unless you took this one here and then yeah, actually you could have entered on this one here because it closed, one tick above. And then it probably would have missed the break even by a tick or so, and then would have been good. So yeah, you could have taken that. You got break even on the 2 minute? Yeah. It just depends on your fill. 909 was a better one, no? Um, yes, I think so because that's when we got the CISD and it was pretty clear we were gonna go to this high. So yeah, I think this is probably way better. Um, what do I think about the second 1 minute? Yeah, like I said, I think it's okay. What's my bias? I'm kind of neutral right now. I don't really know what draw on liquidity is going to be hit first, and we're inside of that bearish 1 hour, so I'm not fully bullish to those equal highs, but I do like these. These are a good draw. So yeah, right now, as long as the order flow is bullish here, I think I'm bullish to that those equal highs for sure. In this 3 minute Maya chud, I don't think so. I think this was actually not a bad inverse. We could have probably taken that, but like I said, I don't really want to mess with the conflicting draws right now. I kind of just want to wait, just chill out and wait, because I think we can still get a good play regardless of what side gets hit first. We can look for the retrace, we can look for the reversal, we can look for shorts off open. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna like try and force anything. We have way too much day left to force anything. Is there good LRLR above? Maybe like all the way up here is okay. Like that's not terrible. And then I guess this isn't too bad. Um, Let me just check. Actually, this LRLR is a little too steep. But it's not terrible. Like this high and this high don't really have roadblocks. Um, this high does. This high not really. This high not really. So it's just good liquidity up here for sure. See the 1 hour? Yeah, I mean, I see what you're talking about. This is a little too close together for the 1 hour, but yeah, I see it. I definitely think we could be bullish. I was kind of watching to see like how the 15-minute closed here, and the 1 hour would confirm us being bullish to this high, but we'll just see kind of what price wants to tell us off open. 4 hour equal highs. Yeah, we have 1 hour slash 4 hour. Yep, inside the fair value gap. So that's a good draw. And then we also have like equal lows, relative equal lows with a 1 hour fair value gap at the low. So kind of conflicting. But yeah, I think I talked about Chicago already with you guys, right? I said, I'd be there this weekend and I want to do a Friday morning meetup. And if you guys show up, there might be a breakfast involved. I'm gonna do it for like 5 to 10 people that show up. And then we're just gonna trade the morning session together. Okay, so pretty bearish candle there. Will this morning session have a Friday live too? Oh yeah, somebody asked me that. If it's possible, maybe, but probably not. You mean you got us on breakfast? Potentially, potentially. Yeah, live IRL. Yeah, that would be the idea. Um, but yeah, we'll just see. Would be nice live Friday from Chicago. Yeah, right from the CME, right? Yesterday was a pretty good PM for education. I have to get that video uploaded still. Um, we talked a lot about a lot of good things. All right, so here's market open. Pretty bullish reaction so far. If I had to guess, this is just going to go for those equal highs now. Yeah, equal highs seem pretty clear. Unfortunately, no real setup to take. Okay, ape off. Is anybody still holding that long? Um, might get a short here on the 30-second. Um, never mind. Actually, this is just going to go straight up. All right, so we're going to get that order block now. Uh, I think this is just clearly going to pump. Maybe there's a chase play here if you're really, really bullish and you have a lot of conviction and maybe you're on an eval or something. Yeah, I think we should just go for these equal highs. Is this the 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. range thing yet or no? Ooh, no, that's the range low. So we still could go for the low, right? With that idea? What's the high there? 173. Okay. Yep, just patience. I mean, we should get bearish delivery out of this 4 hour maybe, right? So that would be good for the short. So failing to hit that high, we do have that SMT still. Pretty major SMT actually. Hopefully this momentum doesn't die out and we start to come back. I'd like to see us hit the high first. I mean, it doesn't matter as long as the draw is intact. I guess that's what's important though. FU long? Yeah, probably like on the 15-second or something. No, nothing actually. Just like literally if you want to chase, I guess, but yeah, we're stuck. Couldn't quite get to those equal highs there. Maybe this leg down to balance the inefficiencies we just made will give us this last push out of the 3 minute. 15-second, let me see. Yeah, there is a 15-second here. We need to see this inverse now if we're gonna head to those highs. Overall, pretty choppy open. Kind of indicative of those conflicting draws. All right, come on, equal highs. SMT at that internal high. We just left another set of equal highs. Wow. Stalling before them. That's crazy. All right. I just tried to catch that long with 2 micros and I just got break even there. That's pretty annoying. And now it's gonna go, right? 1 minute bearish FEG. Nope, we're still good. I don't see a bearish for value gap. I see the 30-second though. Oh, you mean like where we're reacting from? Yeah, maybe. Actually, no, I think we're good. Yeah, we really shouldn't have any reason. Wow, that's really annoying. I wonder why we just pulled back. Wow, that's really annoying. I can't believe that. That's so annoying. I just got break even and then price pumped. We just left behind a 5 minute unfilled gap off the um I guess first presentation gap. Dude, why won't we run the highs here, man? We come so close. Kind of makes me think we'll just spike over them when we do run them. Really close now. There it is. We got him. Finally. Will I be looking for shorts after this? Maybe, yeah, if we get a bearish reaction from the 4 hour here. Yep, yep, yep. But no fair value gap was created, so I'll probably end up having to use one of these gaps that we created down here, or we'll have to get AMD a little bit. Any idea on why those stalled so much? I have no idea. What did I chase? I literally just chased on this pullback here after we got the 30-second inverse. And then I had to stop. Honestly, my stop was horrible because it was at the 5-minute, but I had to stop there. I just wanted the 1-to-1. It just seemed like we were gonna run those highs. It was so obvious, and I don't know why we stalled so much before hitting them, but um, I really wanted them. I had a lot of conviction in them, so I just kind of sent it. But yeah, if we get the IFEG model, like if we get like a good play, like my model that I have statistics behind that has given PM a 76% win rate, um, on funded plays and like over 70% on eval. I will 100% alert that. We just haven't gotten that model yet. So I don't want to alert a model for you guys that, probably doesn't have as good of a win rate as something like that. I know win rate is pretty important. All right. So yeah, I mean, if we just start to pump here, like I said, because, you know, we stalled so much, this could be like a new distribution leg, then I'm not really sure how we're going to be able to take a play today. Maybe this is our manipulation leg, right? But so far, no soup reaction to the gap, no like IO Fed, no bearish reaction at the highs here. So if we're just bullish, we're bullish. Did Dodgy enter where I did too? So he says he entered a bit late. He entered 4 times. Oh wait, so he was doing the exact same thing I was. Okay, that's funny because I entered like twice up here. Okay, look at this 30-second short. Nice, SPX, nice. Oh, Trade Boy? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got your DM about Chicago, man. Hopefully we can make that happen. Once you hit consistency goal on Lucid, can you request right away on payout? Or do you have to wait till the end of the day? Um what accounts are you trading on Lucid? Because there shouldn't be consistency on the flexes. By the way, I really like this 30-second short. I think this would be A plus as long as we're not running into any other fair value gaps here. There is a 3-minute that we're gonna form. Yeah, so this 3-minute would be probably the best inverse, but this 1-minute here is actually a good like starter position. Just anticipating that reversal. 3-minute would give us like the actual confirmation. But yeah, this looks really good. So if you guys want to try this light and then add once we get the 3-minute, this could be an A plus setup here. Unless we just completely get rid of the 3-minute on this candle. Yeah, I think this is A plus. So if you want to try this, go for it. Um, let's see. Once we get this 3-minute, this will definitely be like the play. When you accidentally enter with minis instead of micros, so instead of being in with 2 micros, you're in with 2 minis. Holy shit! I almost just. Oh my god, guys! I still do that to this day. I don't know how I do it, but I forgot to check. I forgot to check. Break even for you? Yeah, that's fine. If you enter on the 1 minute and you got break even, that's fine. The 3 minute really is what has to break in order to confirm us being bearish. I'm still holding the 2 micros. And then I'll add if we get like the 3 minute probably. Like ES could be going for like its high a day, to be honest. Like we haven't really confirmed that we're trying to switch bearish yet. What'll really confirm that is that 3 minute inverse. If this starts to stall, then yeah, that would be a bad sign. Also, it's before the typical reversal time too. So there's that. But I don't know. Coming into the macro, pretty V-shaped, delivery out of the 4 hour, good draws below. I feel like I have to try it with at least some size. I'll probably go break even on this if we resweep out that low we just put in. Okay, so I'm gonna move my stop to break even now. My hard stop loss I had at AM high, and now it's just break even. All right, so just got stop break even there. Um, I think that's a good break even. That close on the 3 minute wasn't that good. Pretty wicked reaction there. I'm happy with that. That's a good break even. I think this will save us. We're kind of failing to get that CISD too. So now what will really confirm us becoming bearish is probably this. I mean, maybe this 3 minute hold still. Um, but yeah, the PA right now just isn't that great. Oh, is that what that was? Was this a Newsweek or a news scandal? Okay. By the way, we have major earnings after hours today, so that could also be it. Google and Tesla and IBM. So pretty major earnings today. We'll probably have a pretty nice wick to target for at least Asia or tomorrow. Good, really good break even. I'm really happy with that break even. Entered on the 3 rip. Yeah, the close just wasn't good enough there. If we'd gotten that like close like down here maybe, right? But yeah. It was tough in live time to comment on that because I was talking about going break even. It was just hard. It just didn't really like look like we were going to commit to that, but I think what you could have done to like tighten up your risk for the future, SIBO, is like have your stop at this high inside the gap because there's no reason we should have came back to this high. So instead of having like the full L at the high there, you can just have your stop loss there, right? Because remember we talked about like the efficient versus inefficient gaps yesterday. We shouldn't come back to that efficiently traded BPR if we're bearish. Oh yeah, we hit that 241. Okay. Yeah, maybe I think ES just wants its high a day. So I'm kind of watching that now. Yeah, we are just full blown bullish. I don't think this mattered. And the reason why is because we ran out the low when we got it. Usually when we get news wicks that like run out liquidity, it's not as strong. But I still have hope. I think maybe it could be a good draw eventually if we get bearish order flow towards it. This would be another good manipulation like here, specifically the 3 minute um, would be a good gap now to take short. But I think we're just bullish now. We still have 10 a.m. reversal potentially. By the way, do you guys remember when we tried shorting PM high yesterday? If we hadn't gotten break even on that, that would have been the high from like basically all of overnight. We didn't come back to this high. Isn't that crazy? Okay, for sure. For sure, trade boy. So you need to wait till end of day. Um, no, there's no CISD here. Maybe on the 30-second, but not on the 1 minute. And the 1 minute's the important leg. 4 hour inverse? Yeah, the 4 hour is gonna inverse. We're just bullish to this high now. Yeah. Really? Okay. Well, we still have the whole rest of the day ape off, so maybe for PM. Maybe we sweep out previous day high and then get a short from the daily gap. That could be something, right? Today I am up $282 per account. I feel like maybe I should be done for the day. What should I make a teaser? Would specifically for the YouTube streams, would it be better if I had background music going? Do you guys think that would improve the quality of the stream? Dude, we're gonna rip these highs. By the way, ES has hit its high a day now. No? Okay, that's fine. No background music then. I don't really love background music. I just figure, sometimes I get quiet, so to fill the awkward space, have something going, but that's fine. Actually, Camel, I stream every single day in Discord. So if you like the streams, you're more than welcome to hang out. Can't do PM? I understand. I understand. So we inverse the 4 hour bearish gap up, so we're probably gonna take it to this high now. The only way we could get like a long here is if we got like a pullback to balance some inefficiency and got delivery off of that, and then got like a inverse back up. All right, but previous day high is now the draw. That is what I want. I do not care about the news lows until we hit that previous day high. You think it'd be nice to have a face cam overlay? I agree, and I will for YouTube streams in the future. Yeah, for sure, Silas, especially since we were still in that 4 hour bearish gap and we weren't positive if price was going to head up. I mean, with this much momentum, it seemed like it, but it's just a pattern trade. You're just feeling that way because it didn't work out, right? And the 2 minute held or whatever. Don't don't worry about it. Like it's not like a horrible loss. You're just trying to like get good risk reward and front run like the shorts, right? If this would have paid, it would have paid for like I don't know. Like let's say you took like a 25-point stop loss here. If it would have went all the way down to that data low, that's 8R. So yeah, this is a pretty low probability play, but it's gonna when it does work, it's gonna make up for all the times that it lost. For sure. For trade boy. All right, so 30-second inverse here. Right. If we hadn't inversed the 4 hour gap, I might have been like potentially eyeing the CISD here. But we did, so now I'm just full blown bullish. The condition to make me bearish again will probably be the 15-minute that we're about to put in, or this 15-minute, or I don't know. If we just like got like market structure that became bearish, and we got like a market structure shift here, I'd probably become bearish. I don't think I'd want to see price come back to here if we were bullish. Okay. So, is today cooked, or are we going to be able to get something, hopefully? On pullbacks like this, do you wait for the price to touch the previous high, then enter? What I look for is I look for price to balance unfilled for value gap. So, for example, like this 3 minute, and ideally we put in like a swing low inside that for value gap, as it formed. And then if we run out that low and we get delivery from that, then I look for a long. Um, Let me see if I can find an example from yesterday so you can kind of see real quick while we're waiting for price to do something. I feel like there was a nice long yesterday morning that was kind of like that. Yeah, so kind of something like this, right? So we get these lows inside the fair value gap here, and I think we created like an unbalanced gap or something there. Maybe not. Anyway, it's still the key is not really like the unbalanced gap part. It's more like we're just respecting a bullish fair value gap or a bearish fair value gap if we're looking to short. And then we run out a low inside that fair value gap, and then we get like a V shape like this. If you look on the lower time frame, this is kind of like accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and then that's what ultimately leads for like a good confirmation setup. Let me see if I can find another good example. You're gonna see sometimes with these confirmation setups too that like we actually don't run out any lows and they still work. So for example, like this 30-second inverse here, we don't actually run out any lows inside the fair value gap. We just get like a 50% retrace and then a long. And these are okay, but ideally you want to run out liquidity so that we're addressing any conflicting draws before we're getting that reversal. Or, sorry, not reversal, before seeing price continue. Would a bounce from the 5 minute be good enough? Yeah, the 5 and 3 minute here, that would be good. Um, I would want like a pullback to probably discount here. So if we're looking at this range, discount probably aligns with that 15-minute gap. But the problem is a pullback to discount would kind of cause structure here to become bearish. So I don't know if it makes sense to come back to 50% here. So there's not really a good discount opportunity for price at the moment. And so you really have to like have a lot of conviction that price is going to run these highs if you're going to long up here, basically. Normally I only long in premium like this if we have an A plus draw, and I just don't know if these draws up here are A plus. They're pretty good. Um, but I have one problem, and that's we ran out the major high on ES now from yesterday, that 1250 high. So previous day high is completely gone. And now we're getting like this bearish reversal with an SMT. So I don't know. Feels like maybe we could be bearish now with that SMT if we were to get like the 3 minute inverse. Um, but it's just tough because we inverse that 4 hour, and that was like a really bullish candle. So we're really, if you take this short, you're basically saying, I believe the SMT is real here and this will work. And to be fair, this is an SMT at the extremities of the range, which are the only valid SMTs. Like this is a good SMT. But we would need to see like a lot of momentum. And usually like I need everything to align here if I'm going to base my trade off an SMT. So this could be good. ES would be delivering also off of its daily gap, right? So let me show you guys kind of what that looks like. So here's the ES chart. Here's the daily gap that, oh, ES actually doesn't have a daily gap. I didn't realize that. Well, there should be some for daily gap there, right? Yeah, there's kind of like a bunch of 1 hour and 4 hour gaps in series, right? Like we can combine all of this. I bet you if I like went to like the 8 hour or something here, we could find a fair value gap. Yeah, there's like an 8 hour. What about 10 hour? What about 12 hour? What about 16 hour? Uh, what else? 20 hour. Okay, there's a 20 hour. Oh, we inversed it. Never mind. So I don't really know what we're delivering off of on ES, but on NQ, I know that there's the daily, so I know that this is technically inefficient, and we left behind a lot of inefficiencies here, so we'll see. The name reversal incoming, yep. So SMT plus 10 a.m. reversal would be good. What up, Adrian? Possibly drawing a 15-minute unmitigated plus OTE of 930 range. Potentially, yep. Yep. That would be a good draw on liquidity, I think, for the 3-minute inverse. So we could go break even when we tap that 15-minute. But right now, as long as order flow is still bullish here, meaning oh, okay. So here's kind of the confirmation setup I was talking about, right? Where we get the fair value gap after running out a low. So here's that low there. We get a V shape and we balance those inefficiencies, right? So we tap the 3-minute. So this is like a good confirmation setup. This is nice. If you still believe in the longs, this is the long setup you want to take. If you're okay with long in premium and you know you want the longs here. Um, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna watch it. I don't think I'm gonna take this one. But yeah, I mean, this if you're bullish, like this is your entry opportunity, I guess. So we don't close above there. I think we close to the tick, right? B to the tick. So I might have to wait one more candle for that. Okay, so do you see why you have to wait for the close above? Because if you jump the gun and you just assume that we're going to close above in the next candle, you might end up being wrong and it might end up being a fail. Didn't we just make equal highs, relative equal highs? Relative equal, yeah. So these highs here. So we have usually I only count relative equal highs if they're like a point apart. Um, and these are so yeah, relative equal highs. So yeah, failing to get that inverse and respecting the 1 minute there means that we are starting to get bearish order flow. So if we were to get the 3-minute, that could be good. Now we have one problem. We'll get the next 15-minute gap. Good eye, Mitrick, right? So when we get that next 15-minute gap, we'll be shorting into it if we get the 3-minute inverse, and that's going to be a problem. Yeah, we could be engineering liquidity. This could be AMD for sure. All right, we're coming down. So we're inside of that 15-minute bullish gap now. This is a lot of momentum. We have 2 more minutes till the next 3-minute closes. Looks bearish for sure. Um, are there enough bearish confluences here? And is the draw good enough to short inside of a 15-minute gap? We're outside the macro. We don't really have delivery on either indice. Um, Momentum is good, but it isn't the best. The draw is good, right? We took out the major, buy side draws too, so it shouldn't be any really conflicting draws. Um, Gap is series, not singular. Anything else to consider? That's it. So 1 more minute to the close. To be honest, how much risk is this? A lot of risk. But you're going for a big target. So risk to reward is pretty good. I'm kind of just hoping we don't close below and we manipulate and make another high and then get the short. But if we do get the close here, I guess that would be pretty bearish. 30-second long now. Maybe. Yeah, 30-second long. Thoughts on the 30-second long? So I think it's just okay, but it looks like it could work. Pretty V shape. Nice reaction to, I guess, midnight open there and the 15-minute gap, right? So if you're looking for longs, this is another entry opportunity. I think the other one was better though, this 1 minute here. I like how this price like came down and addressed the conflicting draws. I don't really want a long here. I would tape read any longs. I'd be looking for shorts, mainly because we ran out all the buy side on ES already, and so all I'm targeting here, I guess, is the NQ buy side, which I don't really have that much conviction in, but I mean it's still there. So if you have a lot of conviction in it, I mean this is your entry opportunity. And then we do have these relative equal highs here, which is a good draw. Okay. So you want to retrace to the 4-hour ES inverse? Okay. Yeah, I just don't have enough bullish confluences now for me to like want to take this long. Like price has kind of turned high resistant, right? We're kind of just like grinding. Um, we swept out the major highs on ES, so we have that SMT. Um, I guess we engineered liquidity here, which is good. But we're outside the macro. Guess it could work. Guess it could work. OTE. Oh, you mean the third quadrant? I don't know. Third. Okay, so 30-second long worked. So if you like longs, I'd probably be break even now. Nice delivery from the 15-minute swept. reason I go break even is because we're inside that 1 minute gap that we rejected before. And I feel like we should just head up with that much momentum instead of coming back down. Also, this was in premium too. That was my other issue with it. So I wanted to retrace the discount if I was going to get a long, but it doesn't make sense to retrace the discount here because that would mean that price and structure are probably bearish. So longs were just an impossibility for me here. But yeah, perfect. There's the 1 minute close. No reason we shouldn't go to this high now. So if you're in longs, you're in the clear. This is easy, right? Lots of momentum now. Got you on that 30-second? Cool. I mean, that was a lot of momentum. That makes sense. Delivery from the 15. Did he take that on live or was it just on his funded? I'd be very surprised if he took that on his live. Wow, look at how uncorrelated ES and NQ are. ES is down at these lows, NQ's up here. This is kind of interesting. No delivery, have a sweep. Very V-shaped, lots of momentum. What do we think about this 30-second short? Shorting into that 15-minute bullish gap. Okay, so break even on the longs. Wow, this short looks pretty good. It's a shame we're so uncorrelated now. I was going to try a 1 micro short from the 30-second retrace, but I don't know if we get it. Yeah, so no FOMO on that long at all. I mean, maybe you got to scale off, but definitely a break even. I don't know why we failed to hit the high there when the 1 minute inverse. That's unlucky. I guess ES really is leading the show here. 3 minutes still holding. Yeah, no pullback there. Just an immediate IO fed from the 30-second gap. Unfortunate. Maybe we get a pullback to that 1 minute gap before hitting the low. This isn't a high probability short. This is me like taking like an RR play, if anything. I don't think this is a good short. It's just okay. So trying the 1 minute there with a micro. Just want to see maybe this is the start of the reversal. Gonna go break even with the 1 micro if we reswipe out the low. So ES just ran out that low. We have an SMT now. Yeah, Ryan doesn't like the short because he doesn't like SMTs. Gonna be cautious here, I think, with this one. Yeah, this momentum is not good for shorts. And we're just way too uncorrelated. I think I'm gonna get break even there. I don't know if that was the right call, but not loving the momentum. Generating a lot of liquidity at these lows now. We have the next 15-minute gap being put in, or 30-minute there. Let's see if my 2 break evens today are going to save me. No way, ES doesn't take the 934 lows. That's what I was thinking, and that's what I was kind of waiting for, but the momentum there was just way too bad. I wasn't going to sit there and chance it. If it was going to run, it was going to run on one of these candles, not come back and take this high again. These are just not really the best price conditions now. We might have just had the objective hit with ES, and now we're just consolidating for the remainder of the day. We can still see the shorts play out, though. I mean, I'm not totally against it. It really is just the 3 minute that's holding, right? Exactly, trade boy. The idea with the micro there was just trying to catch that dump candle, right? And the structure there on ES was bearish enough. I should have just taken the short on ES, honestly. Look at how clean this was. Like that 30-second would have been so nice, but we didn't get it. That was the play of the day right there. So it looks like my break even is going to save me. Awesome. Okay, so break even definitely saved me. Not at all mad about getting break even there. If price isn't giving you what you need, there's no reason for you to stay in the position, right? I needed price to give me, good momentum to the downside, and when we don't get good momentum there, and ES is making lower lows, and then we're all of a sudden stalling, like I can't stick around for that, especially if we have conflicting draws above. Got to be cautious, right? So yeah, you're absolutely right, Apoff. Another good discretionary break even to point out in the video. Live time too, which is the most important part of it. So 1 minute inverse back up. Um, we can. I don't know. I'm not going to try this. No delivery, no sweep, but we can watch. I mean, it just seems like price is consolidating now. 30-second down delivery off 2 minute. Maybe, yeah, maybe to get those last lows. I'm just over it at this point. I've tried too many setups today. Nothing's really working out. I'm not trying to force too many things unfunded today. These are my wonderful stats for today. So I'm good with that, honestly. I don't need to do a whole lot more than that. Look at this LRLR above. We're kind of generating. This is kind of good, right? That's what I'm thinking, Tempest. Yeah, maybe longs if we sweep the lows. And below, yeah, we kind of have a little bit of something going on here. Yeah, for sure, Adrian. That makes sense to me. Too many BPR. Yeah, too many BPR break would be good for the longs, but sweeping out the lows would be better. Well, we had the most viewers in a stream on YouTube so far today, at one point, so that was cool. Thanks, guys, for showing up and supporting. Yes, exactly, Adrian. By the way, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask them. This stream is all about education, and so if you have any questions regarding what model I trade and just ICT in general, just let me know. Or just trading in general, your question about prop firms or um, macroeconomic data, how the market works, anything. Try and impart some insight, especially since we're just consolidating right now. By the way, for those of you that are still here, I plan on releasing a YouTube video probably today or tomorrow, um, talking about how to go break even and discretionary break even and that kind of thing. Um, Did I do the MFFU purchase? I did. Yeah, that account is gone. I blew that account yesterday. um, okay, 3-minute inverse here. Maybe 10 seconds. Okay, we got the 3-minute inverse. Looks good. 15-minute candle close in 3 minutes. I feel like maybe it's best to just wait for the 15-minute to confirm that we're actually bearish, because who knows if we're actually going to close the 15. And with the conflicting draw above now, the short isn't as good. So, how'd you say he still wants longs? Okay. If we inverse the 15-minute, I will want shorts. That 30-second long would be nice, though, if we got it. This would be pretty A+. Plus. And now the, draws above are pretty good. But yeah, if we inverse this 15-minute, I'll be bearish. To this low, at least. Hmm. Do I find consolidation often means acceptance at the price for later continuation as opposed to reversals? Yeah, actually, that's a good point. It depends on which way we manipulate. Metric. That's why AMD exists, right? So if we manipulate lower, deliver out of a bullish gap, then we'll usually run the highs again. If we manipulate the highs, and then get, that death candle back down, getting that V shape, that reversal, then usually we'll distribute lower, right? That tells us we're putting in the next side of the market maker curve. So it depends on which way we manipulate usually. Does that make sense? Because sometimes we can expand, hit a target, accumulate, leave behind inefficiencies below, manipulate the highs, and then reverse at a different time. Usually if we're getting a 10 a.m. reversal, this doesn't happen, but sometimes if we get 11 a.m. reversal or whatever, it can. Okay, so 15-minute close below barely. Yeah, that long would have been nice. I will say, so if we were to get the inverse back up now after the 15-minute inverse down, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because we're still holding that 30-minute gap. So if you want to try this long, you definitely can. Probably wait for the 1-minute close here. That's a lot of momentum though. So just weird overall price conditions. I think maybe if you try this, you take this light and not like full size. But yeah, I mean this looks good for the longs. Where would my stop be on this 1 minute IFEG? So I would have a hard stop at the low, and then normally how I size is the best possible stop to the worst possible. So best possible would be about 25 points, worst possible would be about 50. So I'd size for about 37 points, and that's where I would expect price to stop me out if this was a stop out. Okay. So maybe like 2 or 3 micros risk if you're risking 200 per trade. We have the macro coming up in 2 minutes, which should propel price. Where's best break even for the long? Maybe along the trend line. So if we like took out this high, this would be a good break even, I think. Not a great sign. I think if we were bullish, price should have just shot up there. But we'll see. We still have the macro. I think you should pass, Adrian, hopefully. So macro time now. This is where price should run liquidity. If we're gonna see price run, this is accumulation, manipulation, distribution back up, right? This should be good AMD unless this is just really bad price conditions. So really, really bad reaction on the inverse. This is not at all what you want to see if we're going to be bullish here. Thirty-second in, we're still holding. Need to see that break. I feel like it wants to go up, it's just really struggling. We just need the volume. It could be slow because the lack of CISD, for sure. Yeah, that 30-second CISD there is pretty important. We got a CISD, though, in ES. But yeah, we want to do most of our analysis on NQ here. I don't know why it's stalling so much. We're inside the macro. It should go. For sure, Adrian, for sure. So it looks like it's gonna fail. So there's like the fail. Um, right? Did we close below that 30-second? Actually, we might have held it by a tick. So I might have spoken too soon. Yeah, we held it. I lied. Yeah, today was tough. Today was a tough day for sure. If you navigated today and you didn't get out, too red or maybe you're break even or whatever, like that's a good day. Today was definitely a difficult day. Did I take anything today? I chased along. I tried a couple other things and they got break even. Um, but yeah, that's about it. For sure, Andrew, for sure. This 30-second is still working. We technically held it. ES has just been leading all day. NQ's been like lagging behind ES. Yeah. Hannibal, did you see the equal highs there? I'm guessing you didn't because you didn't hold. Okay, so 30-second looks like it's going to close below now. No chance this holds another time, right? You didn't until after you close the trade? Dang, yeah. Got to make sure you got your indicator on and you're checking all those different draws before you enter trades. All right, so there's the 30-second fail there. Very, very weird. Probably just because we didn't get the CISD. Did anything end up holding? I don't think so, right? Everything just kind of failed there. Okay. Yeah, big time consolidation. Nice, Silas. Okay. Yeah, the long did look good. That was a lot of momentum. We're just still consolidating, though. Maybe once we get this 15-second here, it'll go. Because the 15-second did hold the gap there, I'm saying. Wow, so caused the setup to fail, and now it's gonna go. Did I try that long or nah? No, I was done for the day. But looks like it could work now. Finally. I have to hit the original break even I had set. CISD now? Yep. CISD now. Made relative equal highs. Very tricky price action today. There was the original break even I had set. Wow. That was so weird how price just delivered there. So yeah, whole idea, this started from the 30-minute gap that we tapped into, and then the LRLR that we left behind above. So that was kind of the idea behind looking for longs here, and unfortunately that 30-second play kind of just got stopped. But yeah, it's 11 o'clock. So I guess that's going to be it for me today, guys. For those of you that are in PM, I'll catch you then. For the rest of you, I hope you have a good rest of your trading week, and I will catch you all next time. Peace out.